Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard. If you're brand new, welcome back. If you're not, welcome home. If that sits perfectly for you. Today, we want to talk about what's up this week. This is the week of September the 30th through the 6th of October, 2024. Very exciting. Full-on Libra season now. We have a big Libra new moon, solar eclipse. This is a south node eclipse. It's a big deal, guys. This, I think steerage, right? Think like this is where all of your gifts come into understanding, right? Think about it. Let's start, right? So Monday, the 30th of September, we start with the moon in Virgo, right? The moon opposes Saturn and sextiles Mars. The sun in Libra will conjunct Mercury in Libra. Of course, that's what a conjunction means. And then the moon in Virgo will square, hello, Jupiter, later on. Here's the deal. So on Monday, instead of fretting over doing things right, try focusing on just getting things done. I have a little quote that I wrote a long time ago on my fridge. It's been on there for a long time. It says, done is better than perfect. Here's the thing. Motion will be helpful. So be in motion and let that momentum propel you forward, right? Carry you forward. You also might notice some tendencies to let's call it self-define in terms of relationships on Monday. Please keep reminding yourself that no one defines you but you, right? So regardless of how strong that compulsion is, remember that everything you look at is just a mirror, right? It's just a mirror, and that's exactly how much power it has. On Tuesday, October 1st, that Virgo moon is going to quincunx Chiron, trine Uranus, oppose Venus, and trine Pluto before moving into Libra around dinner time. Here's the thing. On Tuesday, there is so much assistance available to you. That Virgo moon might be insistent in terms of the way that you feel like you need to show up, right, for yourself, to meet your own challenges. And here's the thing, that's true, but it's not also wrong to say there's not assistance available if you ask, right? So there are two loose trines, one in water, one in air, and they really just bring this absolute divine sense of assistance to you. So much help, right? You have to ask, though. Mentors, friends, it doesn't matter, but those people are going to show up for you. And they might show up in very unexpected ways, unexpected places. And that's cool, right? That says that you're choosing your circle well and that the universe is really bestowing blessings upon you. But ask, right? Filter all of those offers of advice through your own source connection and understand that the right choice is there, right? You just have to be open to allowing it to show up for you. So as long as you do that, you're in business. I also want to say I'm doing something I've never done before. I always have conversations with my cards about what it is that, what decks want to give us the best messaging. And so today you might notice I'm using the same small and large deck, right? So our clarifying deck is exactly the same as our main deck. It's just a smaller version. Interesting, huh? So on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, the sun conjuncts the moon at 1:49 p.m. Central Time. We have a new moon solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. That Libra moon is going to conjunct Mercury later on, and then quincunx Saturn at late into the night, like bedtime-ish. So here's the deal. This Wednesday afternoon Libra new moon solar eclipse occurs in very close proximity to both the South Node and Mercury. So look very closely at what might be hardest to see before you make choices about responses, or even the way that you want to express, right? Your full complement of skills are absolutely open to you, really, especially now, right? Here's the deal. Is that always true? It is, but sometimes energy supports and sometimes energy challenges. And so the reason that we use astrology to kind of help us be in our most full, right, is because when that energy is really, think about it like gardening, right? You plant something, depending on the soil conditions, you may or may not get a great blossom. So astrology allows us to really kind of have a good idea of what the soil conditions are, okay, if that makes sense. So just make sure that you're kind of paying attention. So the fact of the matter is, at this new moon, there is this beautiful width and depth of available energy to you. So just make sure that you are paying very close attention to the messaging that's coming in for you, right? This is a new moon that asks us to be in reverent listening, and open reception. So you've got big potential here to really magnetize and create. So allow those visions, right? Allow those visions, and then just pay attention. Pay attention to them. On Thursday the 3rd, the moon in Libra squares Mars, trines Jupiter, opposes Chiron, and quincunxes Uranus. So on Thursday, meditate on all of the ways that your actions and choices and words have power, okay? Observe any place where your energy has drawn or attracted a circumstance or a situation or a relationship to your life. And if that feels great, wonderful, right? Lean in. If it doesn't feel great, sit with the ways that you must change yourself, okay, in order for the new way to be open, the new situation, the new circumstance, the new avenue in relationship, whatever that is. And mind your reflections on every level, right? And act accordingly. Act accordingly. That's the key. On Friday the 4th, Mercury in Libra quincunxes Saturn. The moon in Libra quincunxes Neptune and then squares Pluto before the moon moves into Scorpio. How exciting. Always exciting. And then Venus. Yep. Venus in Scorpio trines Saturn. Oh, sorry. It's a long reach today. So here's the deal. On Friday, old stories, old challenges, old patterns, okay? If you feel any kind of recurrence of those old patterns, behaviors, beliefs, anything like that, something that you, let's call it the things formerly known as unhealed, but you've done the work on them, okay? And so you have this kind of like snapback where something pops up and you fall into something that was prior. It absolutely really might fall into your field that way, and it prompts some kind of outdated reaction. Here's the deal. Stop. Just stop. And remember that you get to choose differently now. And that you're different. The reason things come back to us, I have a lot of clients who will say, but I've done the work on that. I don't understand why it's coming back. And guess what? It's frustrating. It is frustrating. I'll tell you from personal experience. It kind of sucks. But the fact of the matter is that you are different. You are different. If you've done that work, you are showing up differently. And so you get to then stand in the space of, oh, I know what to do here, right? I know what to do here. And the key is forgive yourself for having the initial, perhaps over-the-top reaction, and then remember what your chosen response is, okay? You can do it, by the way. You can do it. And then you get to let it go. On Saturday the 5th, we have a Scorpio moon trining Saturn, conjuncting with Venus, trining Mars, and quincunxing Jupiter. So here's the deal. This weekend, the 5th and 6th of October, is a weekend for play, if ever there was one, right? So here's the thing. Spend your time creating memories. Allow your excitement and enthusiasm and your passion to lead, right? For the weekend, if not just on Saturday. Revel in your experiences, absolutely. And move any kind of thought or concept of being bound or stuck by inhibitions or limitations or the, oh my gosh, I just can't do that. I couldn't possibly, right? Any of that, slide it over. Access your joy and bliss buttons. And then, man, push them, right? Push them all, like a kid in an elevator. Push them all. On Sunday, the 6th of October, the Scorpio moon will quincunx Jupiter and Chiron, and Mercury in Libra will square Mars. The moon opposes Uranus. The sun in Libra will quincunx Saturn, and then that Scorpio moon is going to trine both Neptune and or sextile Pluto before moving into Sagittarius around dinner time. So on Sunday, if you wake up after Saturday's revelry, right, you might stand at the mirror and think, what, who is this person? Who was that, right? Who was that? That's okay. Start off with permission to table your obligations along with any kind of self-criticism. Lounge in bed if you feel like doing that. Feel the way that you felt yesterday, and then choose how much I don't give an F you want to apply to Saturday, and then how much you want to carry forth, right? This is important. There's a great opportunity here to shift your future. Claim it if you dare, right? Absolutely. Let's talk. On Monday, we have the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles. Very lovely, right? So we're talking about, instead of doing it right, focus on getting it done. Right. Three of Pentacles is about creating habit. It's about doing a thing. It's about learning, right? What are you learning? To go inside, right? Be in the fact that your momentum is going to carry you. So choose the action that you want to amplify, right? If you know that by tossing something out into the snow at the top of the hill, you're going to start an avalanche, make sure that you understand what you're doing there, right? And if you're noticing any ways where you want to define yourself in terms of the other side of your relationship, stop and look again, right? Regardless of how strong that compulsion might be, remember that you are your own best mirror, right? Someone else can show you a thing, but they're showing you their thing, not yours, right? Wow. Hello. Just be sure that you're looking clearly at yourself. On Tuesday, we have the King of Pentacles and the Lovers. What sweet energy, especially when we're talking about assistance, right? We talked about how this is that beautiful day with those two grand trines, water and earth, really allowing for help. Now, here's the deal. If you want to make your wisest choices, if you really want to pull people into union with you, then the key here is to understand that you have all of the resources you require at your disposal. And so simply by asking, and then filtering that advice through your own highest and best, you can accomplish anything, right? All of the information is always available. On Wednesday, Knight of Cups, Nine of Wands. I love this pair, right? This really says, how am I moving? Why am I moving? And am I doing what will bring me the most joy, right? Nine of Wands always asks you, Are you defending something because you love it, or are you defending it because you need to, right? So remember that we're really choosing that on that new moon, what it is that we are devoting our energy to, right? And this is also that strongly conjunct Mercury and the South Node. And so the way that you're going to choose those things can have a full effect on your journey. So make sure if you're going to give it your energy, it is absolutely worth your time, because you have to walk that path. Make sure it's a path you love. Make sure it's a path you love. On Thursday, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Interesting, right? Interesting. However, this is that day where we talked about making sure that you're looking at where your power is in terms of actions and choices and words, and witnessing that if you are putting things out into the world that are coming back to you that you don't love, right? And again, we want to make sure that we have all those things that we love in our within our fields, so that that's what we're putting out there, and that's what we're amplifying, and that's what we're working toward, right? Every single day. That's where we're expending our own energy, instead of just stuff and nonsense, right? Oh, well, this is right. I'm doing this, and this is right. And no. It has to be fully aligned, or you're going to get really tired of it really fast. So put down anything that's not working, anything that's not brilliant, anything that's not fully something that you can give your energy to without feeling like it's self-betrayal, right? Because eventually then you'll resent that and you'll throw it down instead of just putting it down and leaving it. All right, on Friday, you have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Again, old stories, old challenges, old patterns, anything that comes back, right? Anything that comes back to you as a holdover, as posturing, as that initial, wait, I don't do that anymore. You get to choose anew, right? You get to choose anew. There's absolutely no accident that we have cups and wands here. This is the way that you lean into your passion, the way that you lean into your heart, the way that you lean into that juice of your life, right? If it's not something you want to dive face first into, it's probably not something that you want to give your energy to, right? So make sure that you're choosing, right? And forgive yourself for the ways that you may have done it in the past. You're not there anymore. You're here now. And if you're choosing right now, then all this stuff over there is irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant. On Saturday the 5th, you've got the 9 of Cups and Strength. How lovely. What a beautiful pair, right? You are absolutely in charge of your own, emotional strength, emotional experience. You're choosing it. You're doing it. I'm really trying to get this focused for you guys. It's driving me crazy. There we go. Again, this is a weekend for play, right? Whatever it is you're doing, create some kind of welcome for those inner inhibitions and be in your emotional experience, right? Revel in that experience. Don't be afraid to go as deep as you can. Let your passions out, right? Let them come out and play. The fact of the matter is you've been doing this work and you're prepared. You're prepared to witness the world in a new way. You're prepared to claim your emotions in a new way. You're prepared. Wow, this is hard to say for some reason. You are prepared to embody yourself, right? You can do it without getting out of control. You can. Try it. Try it. Try it. See what happens. On Sunday, the 6th, we have Justice and the 7 of Wands again, right? So again, this is that day where we're waking up, we're taking stock, and we're saying, let's see, how did that actually feel? Was that okay with me? Oh, it was. It was okay with me, right? And all of those ways that you're going to choose how much you're going to let it go or how much you're going to hold on to it. That's exactly what you have the opportunity to carry into the future, right? You have this brilliant sort of truth and this sense of balance. Oh, guess what? Just because I never sang karaoke before doesn't mean I didn't have a great time doing it and I don't want to do it again, right? Those kinds of things. Those are the things I'm talking about. Putting yourself out into the world and then seeing what happens. Now, here's the deal. We get act accordingly. Now, y'all know I love this card to begin with. I do, because it asks you to be aligned and then do what that alignment asks of you, right? So every way that you're going to act accordingly is always and absolutely going to inform not just your present experience, but your future experience. And here's the deal. Your future experience is something that is ethereal, right? We can't touch it. We can't see it. It doesn't even exist. However, if you're acting accordingly in the present, what happens is you inform the next and the next and the next, because you're creating a pattern that's in full health, that's in full choice. And if you're creating a pattern that is out of alignment, that's where you get stuck. That's where you call that to you again and again and again and again, and nobody wants that, right? This is lovely. Taming the Wind. I can't wait to hear this one, mostly because it goes so beautifully, just the thought, with all the things that we have talked about here. All right. Taming the Wind. The essence of this card. Here, the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you made to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. Beautiful. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. Well, guess what? We did talk about that, about showing up, right? About showing up in reverence to what is happening so that you can create from that space. The invitation. It's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. Indeed. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you actually need to do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating sacred space to write about your dreams or desires. I love that, right? Didn't we talk about that? We did. Just remember, when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it's time to honor the Great Spirit with both reverence and respect. The medicine of this card says it's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others, right? All this Libra, it's relationship work. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not a time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than be understood. Right? We talked about this. How do I want to be defending myself? Where am I going to call myself on my own nonsense? And where am I going to create from that place without resistance, right? Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. So this is absolutely about really witnessing all of those relationships, all of those circumstances and situations, and witnessing your part in them, right? Witnessing how you're conjuring a pattern or calling in this recurrence, right? Or are you being fully open in the moment, fully receptive, and creating something new, not just for yourself, right? But for those around you in your relationships. Figure that out, y'all, and act accordingly. Be blessed. Happy Libra new moon. You know I love it. All the new moons, they're so lovely and wonderful. Be blessed, and yeah, see you next time.